Hey, what's going on, koi and pond fans? The time has come. We got too many fish. We are going bigger. We're gonna rip all of this out. We're gonna make it better. So definitely repped a lot of soccer games, saved my money. This will be the last time though. We're gonna do it right this time and go big from the start here. So stay tuned. We'll go step by step. I'll tell you how to do it, where we purchase the materials, and how much it costs. So here we go. Let's go. It's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, so before we begin ripping this pond out, I want to go over what do I like about it that I want to replicate. So I love the color, and I love how we break up the hardness and the edges, bringing in these rocks here. Love the color change. Also like the curviness and how it comes around here on the walkway. And then I like the waterfall, the turtle pond, and then down there how it steps down. Now what I don't like is and I knew I was going to rebuild this pond someday, so I never professionally attached the skimmer basket to the liner. So what we're going to do is we're going to move that skimmer basket. It's going to go there in the corner. It's going to be professionally attached with the skimmer basket lid on the face of it, so that waterfall is going to rip out. And definitely I got a lot of wasted space here. I'm going to go ahead and build the pond out here more, and we're going to go about one step higher. And I am no longer going to connect the turtle pond with the koi pond. We're going to separate the two, and it's going to be multi-phase project. This is going to be phase one, then we've got phase two here to build this one, then I'm going to go phase three. We're going to go the waterfall way up, starting up there at the top of the hill and coming down. I was going to put the koi pond way up there, an extra koi pond way up there at the top, and nobody's going to walk up there. Just a pain in the butt to get up the hill, so we're not going to do that. All right, you could see I have the blocks. This is the closest color. I wanted to go bigger, more sturdy blocks. This is the closest color that I can get to the natural rocks that we're going to use. I will put up on the screen. It's about $5 a piece at Lowe's. I got them delivered, probably literally only $60 to deliver all those. These are the caps here that'll go on top of them. So whenever Lowe's came, they literally brought everything up on a forklift and brought them right there. It took me 1 to 2 hours, and I had to lug all of these in by dolly into here, so I am pretty sore. So we do have the blocks here ready to start tinkering around. A couple more things that I do like. I wanted to go with these blocks just to match everything, the color. However, in order to bend the rocks around the corner, I would literally have to get my tile saw out and cut, 100 blocks, cut the edges. So decided not to do that. Would just take forever, and these ones were already cut so you could bend these around corners and such. So that's another reason why I went with these large blocks here from Lowe's. This pond here is going to be ripped out. I will end up using these blocks. I guess we'll probably build this tower up a little bit higher, and I may go walkway out there. May use a couple to build steps up around the side or whatever. My most popular video, I don't know, 80,000 views or more, is how to build this above ground koi pond. So I love it. What we got, what I do like about this is the waterfall mechanism there. So I actually ordered 2 more. They're not here yet. So there's going to be 3 waterfalls along the back next to the arborvitaes, and I'm going to try to replicate putting these blocks on here and clearing the step around the waterfalls as well. And then once I get this one out, so we're going to use this sort of as a quarantine pond, and I got a whole bunch of 150-gallon Rubbermaid tubs to put the koi in as I'm rebuilding the pond. So I've rebuilt this one here, I don't know, 3 or 4 times already, and I was always afraid to keep the koi out got so many koi, not enough capacity to put them in storage areas, that I would try to get everything done in one day, and that's why I was never able to build this pond as big as what I wanted to. So between that pond and the other ones, it's going to take about 2 weeks. The koi will be out of the pond for about 2 weeks, but I think we'll be okay there. So all right, that's the background. Let's go ahead and get going here. All right, so here's my plan. I'm going to start to rip this section out here. I'm going to use these blocks here to do edging around my landscaping in the front of the yard. So I got to take them out, haul them out, put all these rocks here to the side somewhere, and I would love to start building the wall using the new blocks right here and start bringing it out. Potentially go ahead, rip out these, but without draining the pond, put these rocks in maybe out to here and get all that going without draining the pond and the koi fish are enough. So we're going to do this in stages as best we can. So all right, here we go, start ripping them out. All right, I'm plugging away. So I got all these out of here from the turtle pond out to the front yard. I'm using them for edging material. All these will probably go on Facebook Marketplace once I get this pond out. So got it started here. Again, we're just going to build this pond first, get that done, then we'll build this one. So we've got a level here. Got to make sure you start nice and flat, and you got to knock off, there's tabs on the edges of them. For the bottom row, you got to knock off the tabs there to make it flat against the ground, and then you put the tabs on the back like that right there. So while I was here working, 2 waterfalls, spillways came in that box there, and that's 50 feet of super flex hose from Home Depot. Eventually I'll put that up on the screen here, so I'm gonna keep on plugging away. All right, another check-in point for you, so you can see I took a lot of the extra blocks from the pond I'm tearing down, using it for edging material. Have these tubs ready here. What we're gonna do is put all the ones that I'm willing to sell in this one, maybe a couple others. I'm gonna bring all my good fish, put them in this one. And I got, oh, there's a dub. 2 more tubs here. I'm gonna blow water out of there, put them there. We'll keep fishing there. I'll pull the air hoses out of there and put them in there. And then we'll be ready to rock here. I'll drain. I have a half horsepower pump in there. We're gonna blow the water out real quick and start plugging away here. Oh, one more thing before I forgot. Made an executive decision. I think this is too high. I am going to make that the top right there with the cap on top of that. So actually it'll save a little bit of money, but yeah, almost like looks like a swimming pool with that high. So I am going to drop it, and we're just going to go 3 high up here. All right, quick update. We got the koi all spread out here. Two tubs of koi in there, and yeah, we're starting to pull the liner back. The hardest thing is going to be getting the liner, throwing it up on the hillside for now, and I'm going to try to plug away and get the wall going this way and around, because that's easy. And I'm actually using the blocks to build shelving in here, so the plants will sit right there. That'll be the water level there. These top ones will come off yet. I didn't take them off yet. So I'm instead of selling the blocks there, again, I'm lining them up the crate shelves to put plants on. So hardest part's going to be trying to get the wall right through there. Might have to build something up. But I'm also going to start disconnecting all the plumbing, tubing, pumps and stuff. So keep plugging away. All right, plugging away here, almost halfway done. Gets a little tricky in here building up, but make sure it's level. It's gonna be real tricky making that bend, and I'm gonna go straight around the back there, but looking pretty sweet. All right, folks, it's looking pretty sweet. So here we go. I wouldn't say it's a miracle or skill, but I was able to get the whole thing around, and it made it level. I should have bought some type of laser level to go across, but got luckily or skillful to match there. So what I got to do now is take all the dirt, backfill it in there, try to get as much dirt out of there as possible. Might shave that a little bit down here yet, and put the blocks around the outside. Note, I'm not putting any rocks in the pond. I want this pond to be as easily maintainable as possible, and rocks is where all the gook and muck and ammonia is going to hide. So definitely no rocks in here. I'm just leaving these stones for shelves to put the plants. The plants will go right here. Water level will be right there against that one. So looking sweet. All right, one day out from getting the liner delivered, so got everything nice and level the whole way across. Got the skimmer basket nice and level in there and buried in. What I'm gonna do, and I'll get more detail later, but we'll run the liner to the top of there, to the top of there, go right across there. I'll end up putting these rocks back here. Next step, I'm gonna put the pump in and get ready to line. That filter is going to sit over there for more easier access. I'm going to dig that down a little bit now and put that filter down there. There'll be 3 waterfalls sitting on there, and keep on plugging away. All right, so the liner's supposed to arrive in another hour, 275 pounds. Have to figure out if I can get up here by myself or not. So I actually came a day late, so I kept on plugging away. I was going to do a phase 2 video with the turtle pond, but we're going to go and try to finish the turtle pond as part of this one. Got to go buy a couple more blocks there at Lowe's. So looking pretty sweet. I'm able to save money because this liner that I had in there is still going to work. I'll still eventually extend the waterfall up there farther up the hill. So what else we got here? Getting the pumps all ready. I'm leaving that filter back there, and that pump that'll be for in here. We're going to run 3 pumps in here. I have this filter ready to go. Backflow out into the front yard, hooked up into the skimmer basket. Have this all professionally hooked up in there. Pump inside there, all level, backfilled. So the liner's gonna go right there, and then we'll have to backfill a little bit more dirt in there, but all ready to go. I also ordered another box here. I'll probably do a separate video on it to store electrical work in there. I'm probably gonna move the air hose pump back here as well. That's supposed to arrive today too, so a lot of work coming, but we'll get done this weekend. All right, got the liner here. It literally came on a pallet there, 275 pounds. See if I'm able to carry this thing with the dolly in the backyard. So this is from Half Off Ponds, 45 mil, definitely key. Never go buy a liner at Lowe's, that'll rip apart. I definitely want 45 mil pond liner. So the cost on this is like $1,000, almost $1,100. Got a little too, I didn't need the, I got 35 by 25, didn't really need that much, so I wasted a little bit of money. But again, we're going to go ahead and see if we get the pond liner going. Woo-hoo. All right, starting to get dark, so just want to give you a quick glimpse. I was able to get the liner in here all by myself, but just because I have the weird configuration, it's real tough to try to get the wrinkles out, so just keep on working it out and out here. All right, we're going to try to get major progress here today. I'm going to go ahead and let the liner sit overnight, settle a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and pump some water in it. I'm not going to fill it up the whole way, but just try to get the liner to settle before we cut the skimmer hole in. So I like to play the critical path and the float, have water here in tubs. Also, you can measure how much water you're putting in the pond as well. So would have got 300, 400, 500 gallon of water right there. I'll put that in and I'll keep on filling up more water here, put it here so I know how many gallons are in the pond here. So here we go, turn on the pump. All right, so I got 1,000 gallons of water in so far. So the pond may end up being on 3,000 gallons or so. So now I'm gonna make sure that the start fitting the liner in the crevices here, and start putting some of these blocks on the outside. I'm gonna trim the liner, and then once I know I got enough length, starting to come alive. Got the 5 cubic feet per minute aerator going in there. I'll have to move the pucks around eventually, and just did a separate video on this. I love these Ketter 30-gallon boxes, so hiding all the electrical work, the pump, air hose, all that stuff in there. It's coming alive, coming alive. All right, as I was putting the caps around, just had realization we'll have to use a towel saw in order to squeeze them around, just because we have this weird configuration. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it and try to fit it in there better. So here's what the towel saw looks like back there. I used it for my above ground pond video. It's very, very popular. Do need eye protection, ear protection, but it's not that much money. It's on Amazon somewhere. All right, starting to look sharp. I'm gonna leave that corner open. I'll make some type of contraction to let the hoses flow underneath there. Procrastinating on the skimmer basket, that's the hardest thing to do. Let's go ahead and start building the LED waterfalls. So here we have it. I got these from Half Off Ponds. 36-inch stainless steel spillway nightfalls, and you can see I already have one right there. I'm gonna go ahead and put these two together, put them up, we'll get them going, then eventually we'll take this one down. This whole pond's coming down. So I don't know, the cost of the piping per spillway is about $40, so just got to go to the hardware and fit the pipe together there. So that's a piece, that's PVC pipe corner. So there, we're going to go like that, and there we have it. So what I want to do here is go ahead and glue. Where's it at? Go ahead and start gluing these together. So you put the purple primer on around it, and you put the glue, then you twist them together, and then what we're going to do is put it in here. I'm going to black spray paint them for better presentation. All right. All right, that's probably the second hardest thing. The hardest thing is going to be the skimmer basket, or trickiest. So this is what it looks like. We're going to go ahead and get the 1.5-inch piping and hook this up to that filter down there, and that one up to the filter up there. Here's the flexos here that we're using. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take a shot at the skimmer basket. I got this off somebody almost for free, but probably paying $3.75 for this skimmer basket. I think it's called Pond Master 5000. So you gotta make sure everything's clean. And we're going to put the tarp up. Put that in there, and we are going to poke holes with nails through and set it in place first. Alright, that was tedious. I didn't want to hold the camera while I was doing it, so what you do is put a bead of silicone on the outside of the skimmer basket. You have a face plate on the inside. Stretch out the liner, poke nail through it, and start screwing this face, the screws back into it. Then hook on the thing there, and or cut the hole and hook on the thing there. So now I'm gonna pretty it up. Put a couple of the big fish in. Hopefully the herring won't eat them till get the net on. Because there's no beneficial bacteria running yet in the filters, I'm going to go ahead, and the fish are probably stressed from the environment. I'm going to put 0.3% salt content in the pond here. Alright, we keep on plugging away. Can't remember if I showed you last time I put the plants in. Got all 3 LED spillways, waterfalls going. Tidying this up here to hide the 1.5 pipe. I put a little bit more water in it, and then went to Lowe's, bought some more blocks, and we'll keep going over there. I'm gonna put blocks around the top of that yet too. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I think I got to a good enough breaking point on this pond here. We'll do another phase for, got a lot of the turtle pond built already, not quite done yet. And we're going to build more of a stream going up the hill here. But let's do a final walk around. So again, as you can see, I do not put rocks in the bottom of my pond. And it's going to be crystal clear in there. Like the cradle ledge to keep the plants on. And bags got 3 LED light waterfalls there. Like to go a little bit rustic. Put the rocks against there, sort of break it up. We've got the skimmer basket professionally attached now. That's all sweet. One filter over there for easy access. And got all the electrical work in this box right here. Important. So all these pumps are running off of that breaker, which is in the basement. I have a separate circuit breaker in the pool house, and from lessons learned, I like to run I run all the aerator off of one extension cord coming off of that circuit breaker in there, in case this circuit breaker or this outlet ever gets tripped. There's a backup in here. So again, I got running electrical off of 2 different electrical outlets. I also have a power generator in case the power goes out in the neighborhood. I got a gas-powered generator as a backup. So that's just what it looks like here in the back here. Real easy to access, maintain. We've got 5 cubic feet per minute of aeration going with the big pucks. The fish are, hopefully they're doing okay. I think they're a little scared now from being in a new climate. I do got 0.3% salt content in there going, just to try to get them acclimated till the bugs get going and their and the water quality gets a little bit better. Here is the turtle pond. Again, we're going to rebuild that. I have a sump pump right there that drains out to the front yard in case I ever want to, because I don't have a bottom drain in any of these ponds. In case I ever want to blow the water out into there, it'll go that way, or some water here. But this water, I As I stated before, I use a half horsepower sump pump. Stick it in there and blow it out. This thing will be blown out in a couple minutes. So is that everything? We've got one more filter up there, so I got 2 filters running off it right now. I have one more. I don't know if I'll hook the third one up or not. I think 2's enough here. But all right, so if you got this far, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. I think we got a pretty sweet pond here. Oh yeah, I did unfortunately got to put deer netting over to prevent the herons from eating the koi. Maybe I'll eventually put it underneath of this layer instead of on top. So let's see what we do. Maybe I'll show you the fish real quick here one more time.